Hello everyone, hope everyone's doing all right. Welcome to another video. I'm Randy, and this video is in response to a video put out by Glen Kellaway from Glen Kellaway in the Basement. And he picked his favorite 20 Bob Dylan songs, and I thought I would do the same. And I might as well just get started. And number 20 is from the album Bringing It All Back Home. And the song is Subterranean Homesick Blues, which most people remember from the movie Don't Look Back, and Dylan's holding up the cue cards and has all the great lines in that song, such as "Don't follow leaders, watch the parking meters, you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows." But just a great lyrical song, Subterranean Homesick Blues from Bringing It All Back Home. And the next one, number 19, will be I'll Be Your Baby Tonight, which is the ending song on John Wesley Harding. A great country ballad, really sweet, and it's my number 19. And my number 18 is Visions of Johanna, which is on the album Blonde on Blonde. And if I can find it on here, right there. And this is actually Glen's favorite song, and you can go to Jeff at Calico Silver, does a wonderful analysis of that song, and I'll leave a link below and you can check that out. But wonderful song, Visions of Johanna. And then my number 17 is off my favorite album of Bob Dylan's, and that's Blood on the Tracks. And that's the beginning tune, Tangled Up in Blue, which got some airplay, and one of his bigger hits, I would say, on the pop charts. And on, I don't need to put these out because most of these are going to be on Columbia, but it has a great outro harmonica solo, maybe his best, and like one of my favorite songs. This is from Blood on the Tracks, Tangled Up in Blue. Next, number 16 is Trying to Get to Heaven, out of Time Out of Mind. Wonderful ballad. It's kind of a comeback album of sorts. And Trying to Get to Heaven Before They Close the Door. Just a beautiful ballad I've always enjoyed. And number 15 is the song I'll Keep It With Mine, which was unreleased and a big hit with bootleggers. People wanted to find it. And supposedly written for Judy Collins. Beautiful piano ballad, but it finally released on the Biograph box set, and that's my number 15. I'll Keep It With Mine. Number 14 is the ending song on Nashville Skyline, Tonight I'll Be Staying Here With You. Another great ballad. I think his voice probably sounds better on this album than any of his albums as far as vocal quality, but wonderful time for Dylan, and that's one of my favorites. Tonight I'll Be Staying Here With You. Number 14. Number 13 is from Oh Mercy, and that's The Man in the Long Black Coat. Kind of has some supernatural leanings on that song, but just kind of an intriguing song, and one I really like off Oh Mercy, The Man in the Long Black Coat. And number 12 is The Wonderful Girl from the North Country. Now this song originally was on the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan, but the version I like the best is the one he does with Johnny Cash on Nashville Skyline, which is the opening track on there. And I just liked his phrasing in this song. When it starts out, If you're traveling in the North Country Fair where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. I just like the way he changes and reworks the sentence. Remember me to one who lives there. I'm just amazed sometimes at his songwriting, and I love this song. And even though the harmonies don't quite work, sometimes they're not quite in sync, still, I like this version the best with Johnny Cash, Girl from the North Country. And my number 11 is another song off Oh Mercy, and it's called Shooting Star, another beautiful ballad song, Shooting Star Tonight, and I Thought of You. Just wonderful song off Oh Mercy. Now my top 10, and at number 10 is Ballad of a Thin Man, which is on Highway 61 Revisited. Some wonderful lyrics. Some thought that maybe, last song on side one, that he might be taking a jab at a journalist. Mr. Jones might be some journalist, but I love the lyrics in that song, and that's going to be my number 10. And number 9 is from my favorite album, Blood on the Tracks. And it's the song Simple Twist of Fate. It's a song, an album full of songs about love and heartbreak, and that's another good one on there, A Simple Twist of Fate, and one of my favorites, number 9. Number 8 was never on a studio album. It was released as a single. That's a wonderful song, Positively 4th Street, which was on Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. Maybe the best put-down song ever. I wish that for just one time you could stand inside my shoes and see what a drag it is to be you. But he's got a lot of venom in that song, but it's still a wonderful song. Positively 4th Street on the Greatest Hits. And number 7 is a song he won an Academy Award for. It was in the movie Wonder Boys. I don't have the soundtrack for Wonder Boys, and so I don't have a physical copy of that, and that's the song Things Have Changed. I used to care, but things have changed. Wonderful, thought-provoking song. I saw him in concert not too long after he'd won the Academy Award, and was looking forward to him playing that song. And he did. It's just that he played it like 100 miles an hour, so it was unrecognizable. And that was really the only thing I didn't like about that concert, is how he was like, I got to get this song done. But anyway, that was my number 7, Things Have Changed, off the Wonder Boys soundtrack. Number 6 is the beautiful song off the Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid soundtrack, and of course it's Knocking on Heaven's Door, one of his bigger hits. Quite a few people have covered it, but I don't know if you remember it in the movie with Slim Pickens and Katie Gerard. What is her name? I can't think of her name now. Anyway, but just a beautiful song, kind of looking toward the end in the movie, and the whole song itself. But like I said, beautiful song. Knocking on Heaven's Door is my number 6. My number 5 is from Nashville Skyline again, and that's Lay Lady Lay, which is just a beautiful song, one of his biggest hits, and one of his voice just sounds great on that song. And I guess supposedly he did not want to release it as a single, and he was convinced to do so, and he said, well, I guess I was wrong. But anyway, Lay Lady Lay off Nashville Skyline, my number 5. My number 4 is the beautiful Not Dark Yet, which is on Time Out of Mind as well. Just a wonderful ballad that really thought-provoking, and especially apropos in times like these where he talks about it's not dark yet, but it's getting there. And sometimes I think that really applies to some of the world now that we're in. But yeah, Not Dark Yet. Now, number 4. Number 3 is just a rollicking song, just like Tom Thumb's Blues. Quite a few female artists has done that song as well, but I just love his version and all of the literary images that are references that are in the song. And that's my number 3, just like Tom Thumb's Blues. And my number 2 is a song that, while Dylan is known for some of his folk material and some of his ballads, and he also wrote one of the best rock songs ever, and that's Like a Rolling Stone off Highway 61 Revisited. Just love that song. The guitar by Michael Bloomfield on there, the piano by Frank Owens, and the organ by Al Cooper, which is just magnificent on that song. And that's, like I said, I think it's one of the best rock songs ever. And that's my number 2, which leaves number 1. And number 1 is actually off, it was originally intended for Blood on the Tracks, but was left off. It was kind of a companion piece, they say, to Shelter from the Storm, because it kind of has the same melody and same arrangement. But I just like the storytelling in that song, Up to Me. And at the end, it seems pretty personal at the end, because I love the final verse. I just wanted to read it to you. It's, baby, remember me, how my lone guitar played sweet for you, that old-time melody. And the harmonica around my neck, I blew it for you free. No one else could play that tune. You know it was up to me. And that's my favorite Dylan song, Up to Me, which was put on Biograph because it was never on a studio album. Like I said, intended for Blood on the Tracks. Those are my top Dylan tunes, and you can check Glen Kellaway's channel, because he's a big Dylan fan, and so is Jeff at Calico Silver. And thank you for watching.